Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum D&D podcast. My name is Sleepy Trey,
And I am Rungren.
and we got D&D to talk about.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Good announcement today.
It's been like a dearth of news for a little while, but it paid off, I think. I think the announcement today, and it's specifically the D&D Direct and the news that comes from that, which is going to be the show today, I believe. So just keep that in mind, everybody.
Yeah.
It was a good show. I liked it.
Yeah. There's some stuff we're gonna talk about the D&D stuff tonight. The tabletop stuff tonight.
Right.
There's a few other announcements through there. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. We had a game.
Yeah,
and
board game.
A few other things.
Baldur's Gate DLC.
Yeah, that we'll catch up on Tuesday. So this will go on Tuesday. But two really big announcements as far as campaigns go, and then they had a few little things. So how do you want to tackle these? You want to go ahead and jump into the big things, or you want to look at pick apart a couple of those little things they put out?
I want to talk about the little things, but I don't know how we can do it without touching on the big things. So it might be better to hit the big things first.
Okay.
Because I think the little things are cool. Maybe we should just get those out of the way. Let's just get those not out of the way as in like they're bad, but like.
No, but I mean, compared to the other news, there's not much. It's not that big of a deal. So we have two carry sets.
Yep.
One is tokens,
case terrain, and one campaign case creatures.
Yes. I mean, I guess I would use them.
Yeah.
I don't know to jump up and down. I mean, they've got the campaign. The terrain set would seem much more useful to me. Of course, the way we play.
Yeah.
And stuff, but for a throw together set, it's not bad. And I didn't get a price release on that.
So I've got them pulled up on Amazon because they're already listed on Amazon.
Sweet. Okay. Thank you.
$65 each.
See, that's way too much.
I agree. That's the problem to me. It's a really cool idea, but why would I spend $65 on that when I could just get more stuff for D&D? Like
Yeah. Yeah, it's just way too much. 65 for both of them, maybe.
Right. Now, if you just want the guide, because it comes with the DMG as well.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It comes. So you get when you get one of those boxes and the DMG.
Yeah, and that bundle's $93, by the way.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Another kick in the teeth. I thought that. Never mind. Oh gosh.
If you just want the guide, the DMG, that's on sale right now, so you get that for $28. If you just want the kit of the terrain, that's $65, and then if you want them together, that's $9. And the monster deal is the monster manual, and pricing is the exact same one.
I don't know, man. If you're gonna do that, I mean, wait till Christmas. Put a Christmas bundle together for that. If you're gonna be asking those kind of prices, that's just not good.
Yeah. I think the terrain one is really great. I don't know how I feel about the creature one, because you have to peel off the special made deals and put them on the tokens. When to me, why not just have tokens? Why not just a token set?
Yeah, well, I mean, now for I guess a whole lot more, stickers. But like again, for the price of it,
right? There should be one for every monster type.
and if you just if you dig a little bit long, just dig a little bit, right? You don't even have to go very far. You're gonna find, if you want tokens or snap together terrain, much better deals.
Oh yeah.
And plenty of them. As far as the tokens go, free to print. Like paper print, you can get. There's a few different ways. I can't think of anything right now. I want to say Owlbear Rodeo, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
But there's a lot. There's a lot out there that could. It's just unnecessary for that price.
Yeah, 3D printing for sure as well. That's also buy once, print a million. If you're the tokens are cool, but for $65, I mean, I could just like you said, print off paper versions and it'd do just the same job, or I could use a default miniature and just say,
Yeah.
hey, this is what you're fighting. This is the stand-in for it. You know.
Well, okay. Also, another thing with miniatures, people see these miniatures and like see these highly detailed ones. And I'm going to go back over the history. This is not,
Right.
critical role. This is, back before that. Because you had the theater of the mind, or you had
Right.
miniatures, right? It was kind of like two things. Miniatures are a game within the game.
Right.
If you really look at it, they've got, you get real tight on the rules with looking at, but also the setup and those, folks that are, hey, come on, man, you do 40K, right?
Right. Absolutely.
It's when it comes to minis, there are people out there that are just nuts in the good way. I've
Yeah.
got to make amazing stuff. Looking through that, and that's not going to be for everybody. And I think
Right.
you're not going to be able to manufacture that.
I agree.
And I think I don't know. I'm trying
Tokens are
to
the smart way to
understand.
go there. I agree. I think tokens are a smart way to go. I just think it's priced horribly. And maybe
Yeah,
that's how much it actually costs to get that much plastic out right now with the bag and everything. Maybe it is. Maybe they're not making really any money on it. But
uh,
if so, man, I would be doing this a very different way. I would include some little bit of stickers with it. I wouldn't include the case, and I would just be selling the discs that the stickers can apply, the polythene stickers can apply and pull off and not lose their stick. And I'd be selling those in bundles of like, hey, here's all of the Underdark monsters for $5. Because those can't be
yeah.
expensive to print.
Well,
They're
see,
just
it would make
stickers.
right. Well, see, I'm thinking it's like if it was like, hey, here is Curse of Strahd, and here is all the stickers and the token, and a few tokens that you'll need. You'll have to
Yeah,
trade them out a couple times the campaign, and they add stuff like that to where, even still $65 a month, maybe miniatures.
yeah,
Here's all
I
the
agree.
miniatures you need.
I agree. And don't get me wrong, like you
Ooh.
said, I'm somebody who, plays 40K. I spent like $35 on just this Tech Marine right here. But I got to customize that Tech Marine however I wanted.
Yeah,
This is my Tech Marine. Nobody else has one like him.
yeah.
And so I don't mind that. But 65 for tokens that are exactly the same for everybody who purchases them with a bag, man, I got a bag.
Yeah.
I can print stickers and print tokens. I think I'm in the wrong business. Yeah. It's a cool idea for people that are just like, hey, I play D&D all the time and I've got money to burn. This is a cool thing to bring to the table. But
Well, there are people, I'm not one of them,
yeah,
but there's a select
the same.
group of people who are, DMs for hire. They get paid to DM.
Yeah,
And no, you're not going to see these campaigns.
right.
They're not on screen. They're not being filmed. And, um, but and if they're going to spend $65 on something, well, because I'm thinking like on a professional level, trying to do
Right.
it like that way, I don't think they pick up anything that's in this little package so far. The tokens or the
I agree. I think
or
they'd
or
rather
the
buy
terrain.
miniatures.
Yeah, for that price.
I
Like I
agree.
said, if I got both, I didn't not even the if the box was around 30 something dollars, around the same price that I expect to pay for a source book,
Right.
I think I'd be really cool with it, and I would
I
be
agree.
like, okay, it makes sense because if you have both of them, you can grab them, you can go, you can throw together a quick dungeon,
Mhm.
slap some stuff on the tokens, and go. But man, that price is just out there.
Yeah. And these are both coming out on July 19th for anybody who is interested in them. Another quick little thing that was announced is the new starter set.
Yeah.
This new starter set replaces the old starter set. It's coming out it's coming out August 1st.
Hmm.
As a Target exclusive here in the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then October 4th it becomes open for the rest of the public. And this is going to have a new 48-page adventure booklet with everything you
Hmm.
need to get started. 32-page rule book for playing characters level 1 to 3. 5 ready-to-play characters with character sheets each, and 6 polyhedral game dice.
Yeah. If how much is this one now?
So this one, if I go to Target's website,
Is it over
is
34?
$19.99.
Okay. Well, I'll put a
Better
caveat
deal.
on this. That's a much better deal because if they follow the same, I don't know, okay, the original starter kit,
Hmm.
and then you go to the essentials kit,
Right.
and it's much better. Uh, Going through that. So if that follows the same pattern, that'd be a really great buy at $20 there.
Yeah, I agree. And
A
the
good.
essentials kit starts at level 5, doesn't or level 3, doesn't it?
I think so. It's supposed to. It's the after the mines
Yeah.
of
So
Vandelver.
this new starter set would still take you on that same arc. You'd play it, and then you could play the essentials kit, and you could.
Hmm.
It's pretty good for $20. And it's a brand new adventure that hasn't been run anything else. Like Fandover was one that was already in
Yeah.
like the playtest for 5e, and it
Right.
was the first adventure. This is a brand new adventure on Stormwreck Isle, which is that's cool. Uh,
Very interesting.
I do have another little thing here to bring up, which is that officially now you will be getting the Monsters Manual, the Tashas, the Volos, I think is going to be the next one, but the Player's Handbook, all those, there will be other language supports available in hard copy as well in the
Yeah.
US. So up until this point, US, you can only buy it in English.
Yeah.
You'd have to order it from another country to get it in a different language, which is a little weird. I mean, hey, we speak English at our table, but if somebody else is more comfortable at their table in German or French or Spanish, then why not play in that? Why do they have to buy it from Germany and get it shipped over here to be able to play it in
Yeah.
German, So,
Yeah.
yeah, or in
Dutch.
Dutch. Yeah, for sure. So, that's just a nice little thing that I think will make it easier for a lot of people.
Ik ben in Apple.
Yeah. And then that's most of the little stuff. Of course, we got the big thing that we didn't really touch on,
Yeah.
which is D&D Beyond is now official.
Yeah. It's going to be Wizard property.
Mm-hmm.
Which, with the
And
price of the freaking tiles and
yeah,
tokens, I'm kind of worried,
yeah,
man.
me too. The last little touch is ich bin ein Apple. Ich bin ein Apfel, if you want to go a different way with that, not Dutch. Hasbro
Sorry.
is talking about some other variations of like the Magic the Gathering crossover with D&D. That the D&D format could be opened up to mini worlds, and so there could be some more stuff coming there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there will be. I'm sure they want to capitalize on toy sales and look, there's already a few of them, right?
Right.
You can buy a My Little Pony D&D set. It's based off the D&D. There's plenty of them out there, but now they're going to be able to license them.
Yes. Trying to find the toys. That's the last thing for little thing. I keep saying it's the last thing, and then I remember another one.
The WizKids?
Yes, the WizKids toy.
Yeah, those just look nice. I'm sure they're going to be pricey, but they just look really nice.
I was trying to see if I could get a price on. WizKids website is taking a long time to load. They have a new D&D special section. Okay, so the Astral Dreadnought is $262.
That's huge, though.
It is huge.
Still expensive. Still expensive.
The Adult Solar Dragon is $115.
Yeah.
And then the Booster Brick, which has all the playable races, is $167. And for the individual stuff,
Oh, okay. Now I know why it's called WizKids. The only WizKids can afford them.
that's right. That's right. Your individual like single character model is what I'm trying to find a price on right now because I'm only seeing the collections. But like 3 for $95. So that's probably what we're looking at price wise on their pre-existing D&D miniatures. depending on what you're getting, like the starter sets are $30 and come with 5, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
But my assumption is that'll
That's
be what
okay.
we're getting for stuff too.
Well, that's a pretty good lead in because of the monsters that you mentioned. So it
Yeah.
comes free on D&D Beyond.
Yes.
Now you'll get a small monsters compendium
Yes.
as an introduction to the big announcement of Spelljammer.
Yeah. Spelljammer. We called it.
Yeah. The so they've put out a if you're on D&D Beyond for free, you'll get a monster compendium.
Yep.
It's got quite a few of the newer monsters for Spelljammer,
Yes.
and then in August after I think it's later in August if I've got this right, you'll be able to release the box set,
Mm-hmm.
which how it's put together I find very interesting.
I agree. It's an interesting decision to do 3 books in a box set.
And they look soft cover to me.
They do. I'm really digging the look of these, to be honest with you. And the books are, of course, Spelljammer. First book being, or Spelljammer Adventures in Space. And
Yes.
the first book being Astral Adventurer's Guide.
Yeah.
Which will give us the new races, the new backgrounds, the new spells, magic items, Spelljammer, like as a setting. It'll give us that world. It'll give us the ships. It'll give us rules for Spelljammer ship combat.
Yeah, that one gets handed around between players and DM.
Mm-hmm. And then the next book is Boo's Astral Menagerie. This is the monster manual. And looks like it's going to be really great. And then the final book is Light of Xerixis, which is the
An
adventure.
Yes. Which is, I think they said it was 28-page adventure.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
It is 28-page adventure, and it is for levels 5 to 8.
That's really not. That's a good place to swing the Spelljammer right there. Level 5 to 8.
Yeah, it is. And it also,
All
I
right.
think, will help people know how to make their own world in Spelljammer.
Yeah. A nice little adventure like that should always be added. Come on. Man, level 5 to 8. All right. So y'all just got used to how your characters play, right? We're going to change that.
Trying to pull up the race list to make sure I get them right, because they confirmed what it was going to be. Okay, I got it here. 6 new playable races that are confirmed to be in this. This is not the other race book that we talked about before. That's still coming.
No. Yes.
Astral Elves.
They look cool.
They do. Cool. Auto Gnomes. I know how much you love Warforged.
You're right.
Tiny Warforged.
This immediately, when I saw that, immediately went to, what is it, Return to Oz?
Yep.
And the little, yeah. Then I had nightmares of the Wheelers again, and it was, move on, please.
Yeah. The Hadazee, which I don't think this is what they were called before, but they definitely have been in Spelljammer in 3.5 and 4th edition. This is the chimpanzee-like race.
Yes. Yes.
I want to say they were called Antari at one point, but
Maybe.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
Then next, of course, is the GIF. Playable
Right.
GIF are finally fully statted out and ruled out, which is great.
Finally.
The plasmoids that were in Unearthed Arcana are confirmed here.
Yeah. Yep.
And the Thrycreen
Yes.
finally
Yep.
here.
Got the Thrycreen.
Stoked.
Man, that's a lot. Over this summer, we're gonna have a lot of new races. And I say that, that's not really counting what they do with what they've done with the
Right.
old different races of all these different characters.
Feels like
all
they're
these
trying to
different
bring everybody up to the new standard that they made with like the
Yeah.
Owlkins and Owlins. That's it.
Yes. And yeah, they really powered everything up with Strixhaven. Going into Spelljammer. Man,
Feels
this
like
is
we've been
opened up
building up
so
to
much.
it all this time.
Well, I was thinking back over the discussions we've had over it when they've been hinting over it for a year, right?
Yeah.
And I think our exact final thing was with all the discussion. We made some guesses. It could be this. They might do this because it's a classic. I think we named Mysteria at one time, but I think our final thing, or the one we settled on the most, was a Spelljammer, because that's the perfect way to link over to the other one
Yeah.
that they did. So we've got two big announcements. That's going to offer more races, and
Yep.
that's this year as well.
This year.
So we're going to get that in August. We're going to get Spelljammer in August, and then not long after that, we'll be getting Dragonlance.
Yes. I did get a
And
kick out of the D&D Direct where they were like, we're going to show you one more thing. You guys have been really great. We're going to show you one more thing. And it just kept
right,
one more thing. And finally, it was Dragonlance.
yeah. Like, come on.
No, I'm
Like, let's be honest about this. Look, the only thing the players care about now that Dragonlance is being announced is they're rolling up Kinders
Yep.
now.
100%.
I
100%.
know they are.
And it was really funny to me because as soon as I saw Spelljammer was confirmed, I was like, okay, so we're getting Dragonlance for sure next year. I was like, next year is
Yeah.
Dragonlance the big one.
That's what I thought. Yes.
This year.
Yeah.
It was really funny too because they started playing the trailer, and the lady that did the voiceover for the trailer, I can't remember her name, saved my life, but she voiced Christian Avasarala in the Expanse TV show, and I was like, man, this really feels like Dragonlance right now, but this could be West March. What?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, no, it's Dragonlance.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see. I just want to see official 5e stat blocks for like Raceland.
I agree.
It's like, let me see that. Let me see that paper.
I want to see the feats that we're gonna get from Dragonlance as well. There's
Well, I'm
some
wondering-
really cool magic in that world.
Well, no, I don't think they're going to do it that way because that's not the way D&D is anymore.
Right.
Kind of. Well, there might be some that are like, look, these are Dragonlance feats.
Yeah.
They may not fit if you're not doing it in the Dragonlance.
Kind of
world.
like the Strixhaven stuff.
Right, and there's some of the what is it? Was it Ravenica or Eberron? If you don't have that political set up,
Yeah.
some of those feats really don't kind of fit.
Yeah. Waterdeep has that problem too. Some of the stuff
Yeah.
that came in with Waterdeep's like, yeah, if you're not playing in Waterdeep, why do you need this?
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah,
Which is
I
fine.
agree. I did want to throw out real quick before we move on too far from Spelljammer. There is a special, like, physical release for this that is all 3 books in one big package, basically, with a new Dungeons Master screen and everything, a new DM screen, and it will be $70, which is a steal to get all
That's
3 of
not
those
bad.
books and a DM screen.
Yeah.
It's go-
Physical. Alright. Yeah. I'd like to see. I know the adventure's only 28 pages, which I don't think needs to be any longer than that. Honestly,
Right,
it's
I
just
agree.
an introduction adventure. I'd really like to see what's in. How thick? What are they giving us? I know it's gonna be quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I
Also-
still want to see the extent of it.
Right. Throwing this out there, the digital version of these books, you can get all 3 of them together for $35.99 because the books are on sale right now. Or you can get them once the sale is off for $49.99 for all 3 of them, which is pretty good.
That's through D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice. I may get the physical ones. But
Yeah.
I'll probably end up getting the digital ones just because it's easier for my players to use that way.
It is. It is. They also,
man.
I wanted to touch on a couple things here. Well, don't worry, we're going to talk Dragonlance again in a minute, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because we have predictions there. But I wanted to touch on real quick, too, that they mention in this announcement that, hey, if you're already, it's a weird thing because I've never seen them do this, but I'm glad they did. If you're already running a campaign and you're like, oh, I wish we were playing Spelljammer, there's a Spelljammer in every world if you want it to be. They basically go like, hey, if you're in Waterdeep and you're having a good time there and you want to move on from there, hey, there's a Spelljammer somewhere in Waterdeep now. Ho ho.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, this is Spelljammers. it's more than just D&D in space. It's the whole background of D&D.
Right.
You know, when you come across a Spelljammer ship, right, on your it's like this thing's been here longer than the histories of the gods of this planet.
Yes.
You know, it goes back to the mind flayers and all kinds of cool stuff. It's a big different thing, and I mean, of course, it uses the same rules.
Yeah.
Uh, ship fighting will be a little bit different. There's a couple things I'm wanting to see. I want to see if they keep the big I can't remember the name of it, the big manta ray that
Yeah.
flies through space. That's just to me when that's Spelljammer,
I
you
agree.
know. Uh,
I agree.
so there's a couple other things. I know they're playing up. Maybe they don't have to play up the Mind Flayer thing and the Githyanki thing on this because they're doing that kind of in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, that's true.
So it kind of
That's
leads
true.
into that. It's already set for that, I guess. Really.
Yeah. Yeah, you could run that right now. It runs better when you have Spelljammer.
Yeah.
I agree. There's
Yeah.
a lot of good stuff coming with just Spelljammer. And then we get, as you said earlier, Dragonlance, which just
Yeah.
is even more new content.
Yeah. And okay, this is what I know for sure because we've got some discussions for our D&D group uh, Sunday and
Hmm?
how's it going to go. I know for sure. I'm running Spelljammer until Dragonlance.
Then you're running Dragonlance.
More than likely, and going through that,
Oh,
which I'll be glad to do. But no, man, there's so much, and there's little things. They obviously they've dropped. We've mentioned it on here, going through like the what was it? Was it in Strixhaven? They had the land. No, the dragon. What's his
the
name?
the Fizban's Guide to
Yes,
Dragons.
dragons.
Yeah,
Thank you. This was the guy's dragon. We talk about the Dragonlance in there, and we are just kind
yeah,
of like, yeah,
yeah.
where is that going to work? You know, the so I don't know. Yeah, a long time coming. I guess it's their holiday thing, right?
Yeah,
They're gonna they're gonna drop it. Man, make it nice,
it's gonna be.
make it good. And I'm kind of glad now. I've been waiting for Dragonlance, but now I'm kind of glad because of the way they do systems, just as a DM
Right.
most of the time, that because it's so much easier doing spells now. If I take the format for monsters now than it is,
Oh
when
yeah,
we started.
I agree.
And there's a few other things too. So
You
I
mentioned
think it'll be a lot of fun.
running. Oh, what is? I just completely blanked. Sleepy Trade's dying over here. The dragon, the evil dragon. Uh,
Tiamat?
yes. Thank you. A
Okay.
name I should know well. Can you imagine running that with the old spell rules? I mean, I know you probably did, but
Yeah. No, never. No, no. Uh, yeah. Avoided too many casters. You had to have, there's times you had to have run a lich or
yeah.
some kind of evil wizard or something like that.
And the
But
old
yeah, it was.
system was so
Oof.
bad with at wills and this for whatever reason this mind flayer can only use Tasha's hideous laughter as a reaction, even though it knows the spell and should be able to cast it like a spell.
Yeah. And then I don't know. 5e rules are basic enough that stuff kind of flows easier.
Yeah,
And I think with what they're doing, it kind of feels because it flows easier. Actually, there's more space
yeah, I agree.
in between, and I think some of the actions and stuff that they're throwing in there that people could do, and I'm interested to see what some of these new races can do.
I agree.
Like the Plasmoid and the Thrycreen. They come with some pretty powerful. The Thrycreen, we know a couple of its abilities
Yeah,
right off the bat. And that's pretty powerful.
yeah, I'm super stoked for it. I can't wait to play with Thrycreen.
Yeah.
Speaking of races, though, the standard for big releases like this has been 6 races. That was Volo's, that was Tasha's, that was this. The standard for the other books has been 2, and my assumption is Dragonlance is going to give us 2 as well. One of which is the Kinder for sure. What do you think the other one is?
I don't know. We
I
may
don't
not get
either.
him. No, wait. We need. Do we need a different, a new? Well, it'd be a subclass, I guess, subrace of the dwarf.
Yeah.
No, I gotta get scrubbed up on the history. I know we're gonna get a new draconian
Yeah.
stat block, right?
Yeah.
Because
So we could
they
get
gotta
Draconian as a playable.
maybe
But
like when you die.
yeah. Variant
Um,
Minotaur might be interesting.
the
Crinotaur.
oh no, it would be. I bet it is. I bet it's the Crinotaur, the Minotaur from Kryn, because that's different than the
It
Minotaur from
is.
Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
Uh, and the Kender. I bet that's
Yeah.
what we get. Minotaur and Kendar.
I think so too.
Minotaur and Kendar. Minotaur and Kender. Ugh.
Loki Minotaur. Yeah, sorta. A bit. A bit. A bit. Yeah, but
Look, we've had this discussion already. Did you hear what I said earlier? I'll be running Spelljammer when Spelljammer comes out. I'm sure I'll be running Dragonlance when it comes out. I've got somebody. I've got somebody who would probably threaten me
if
if
you
we
did,
don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
and once that person threatened me, the others in the pack will probably get braver.
That's right. When the pitchforks start coming out. You know what they
So
say? When you go to start a rally, you don't wait for somebody else to bring a pitchfork. You bring it first.
I'm gonna have to DM a pack of Kinders.
No, it's very cool, and I'm excited. We don't really know much about it yet, but I'm pretty stoked.
But that's the thing.
We do know a lot
And
about it.
we do know a lot about it, man. It's like it's just exactly how they implement it. Maybe
Yeah,
not, but
yeah,
like you know, Kinders are lovable. They're Sour Patch Kids
right.
of D&D. They're gonna steal your stuff. They don't mean to. It's
Yeah,
shiny, pretty. I swear I had that magic dagger to stab into the phylactery. Where'd it happen? I
right.
got it. Ah,
It- It's kind of funny too because we look at Spelljammer as a setting and how broad and vast it is and all the options it gives you, and then we go, yeah, but Dragonlance though, it's like when
yeah.
it's just like the one world basically,
Well,
and it's
here,
like, well, yeah, but there's so much in that still.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think that's really gonna help. Uh, Spelljammer, and I think D&D missed a look. D&D missed an opportunity, but that's all right. That's all right. Spelljammer is pretty much Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
If you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, that's how your Spelljammer. Now they may start out as it's the D&D group thing, but yeah, they're basically gonna be space pirates,
yeah, it's
or
gonna happen.
rogue, and that's that kind of feel where I think Spelljammer works best.
Mhm.
Obviously it's just kind of a funny thing, but it is. I think people are going to take and kind of go with that.
Yeah,
In that, so I think inadvertently that idea and the fact that those stuff, you know, back in my day, the only movie we had to look at like that was Ice Pirates.
yeah.
So yeah, they're
Uh,
basically space pirates.
yeah,
Spelljammer's a lot of fun, and one you can do absolutely anything. I mean, you can go anywhere. That's why I said it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. You fly, you go through the galaxy, you get lost, you chase, you hit a wormhole, something happens, and all of
yep,
a sudden, you're in front of the you're in front of the body of the dead god. That was actually two dead gods there with a sword through it.
yep.
Oh,
That's how you get there. That's how you get there.
that's how you
Bringing it
get.
back. Just like, hey, have fun with it. People go, well, what if the rule? And I saw some talk about this. What if the rules say that the Spelljammer universe, it's not connected to the planes? It's like, well, it is connected to the planes because it's connected to the material plane for sure. So, like,
Yeah.
what does it matter? It can suddenly your players have found a planet that takes them into the elemental plane of Earth, and everything's all weird. And
No, look, you're in where you're at in the astral plane. That's connected to
yes,
everything. You can go. You can yeah, go to the Sears. You can go anywhere.
I'll go meet the Modrons.
Yeah, yeah. I think look, you can use all the planes and you can do all this stuff in your in any D&D campaign, right?
Absolutely.
But there's something a little bit different about Spelljammer where because when you're doing a regular D&D campaign, let's say you're doing a Fisher, you're in Waterdeep, right?
Right.
You've built up these characters to really, really care about Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
You're either gonna have to railroad them to get them out of there,
Right.
or that they don't really care about it, right?
Right.
Well, if you start out in Spelljammer, every week can be a different setting
That's right.
because the ship becomes their home.
I just got hit with a thought.
I
Look,
can
my brain
tell.
right now
You
is
don't
fog.
say.
Right. Right.
You
My-
don't say.
My brain is a fog, but the mists from Ravenloft
Yeah.
catch a crew on their ship, and at the end of every adventure, the mist put them back on their ship and then pull them again.
Yeah.
Sometimes they land there in the ship, the mists surround the ship. Sometimes they wake up and they're not on the ship anymore.
It's funny you mentioned every one of the campaigns having a Spelljammer in it. Every one of my campaigns has a Spelljammer in it.
Yeah.
I just realized, yeah. A lot of times it gets found.
Yeah.
But
sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't.
Why wouldn't you put one there, right? It's just like in every one of my campaigns, there's an NPC that's basically Columbo, because why not?
Exactly, right?
Sometimes people find him, sometimes they don't.
All I'm saying is when you go talk to the king, it's either going to be Patrick Stewart or Sean Connery, all right?
That's right. That's right.
You get maybe Gerard Butler as Leonidas.
Yeah. There's Ravnica.
I would kneel. It hurt my knee, killing all your men.
I did want to throw this out here real quick. We do have a book that's coming out pretty soon, June 21st. This is the Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, which I had written this book off as just an adventure book, but during the D&D Direct today, they spoke about it a little bit, and specifically, it's got a new location on the ethereal plane called the Radiant Citadel that connects back to multiple different corners of the multiverse, which seems like it's going to tie into the new Mordenkainen's multiverse stuff. With 11 new monsters too.
And there's something else about it too. There's something that this D&D edition's been missing, and I can't really speak for third or fourth. But it's the diving into folklore.
Yeah, I agree.
Like from all over the world.
I agree.
In second edition you had it pretty explicit with like Karatur.
Yeah.
Karatur,
Yeah.
But then you have, what is it? Fenanog? For the Celtic one. Anyway, you were really in the back of the DM's guide. You had different deity pantheons.
Yes.
Not only from D&D but from all kinds of mythologies from all over the world.
Yeah.
Japanese, African, Greek, Roman, the Norse, the Celtic.
Yeah. Well, 3.5 had the Tuatha De Danann in it, like.
Okay, yeah. I don't know about 3.5.
I'm sorry to all my Irish viewers. I should have said the Tuatha De Danann, but the rough translation we go with to make sure people know what we're talking about is the Tuatha De Danann. So yeah, I agree, and I think that's something that this book is doing in a really cool way. I was not going to pick this book up, and now I probably wind up will because.
I know I saw some a couple. They were showing the artwork through there, and I'm pretty sure I saw something kind of resembling like a Day of the Dead festival.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty cool idea. How that going off in a D&D
for
world
sure
would be pretty amazing.
Well,
and there was another one, kind of looked like maybe South Saharan kind of art style
with the crystal tiger.
I'm not sure. Yes, that one. Yes,
that looks so good.
It looks sick on it, and I think it was a satyr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to tie into the Far Realm too, which is something we don't have a lot of official material on, and it's in the ethereal plane, which we again don't have a lot of official material in the ethereal plane. So it's a lot more than just an adventure book that I originally wrote it off as personally.
Yeah, what it seemed. That's what it. Well, I mean, that's kind of what it was set forward as with a little blurb, right?
Right. That's what they
You
sold
know,
it as for sure at first.
hey, we know we got a bunch of adventures together from uh, different writers,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, with the artwork out there and giving it a little more context of what they're kind of behind it, reaching into the folklore of from around the world, from different cultures, and kind of how does that shine through D&D? That's pretty cool.
I agree.
And it it saves it saves some research time
Yes.
because as you well know, I rip off all kinds of mythology
As you
from
should.
all over the world.
We should be doing that. Mythology is
There,
awesome.
there's nothing original.
The physical version of this is going to be 50, of course. 45 if you get it pre-release. And then the digital version of Journeys to the Radiant Citadel is $23.99 because it's on sale right now, and $29.99 after the sale is over.
I bet. Are we getting? I wonder if we're getting any little subclasses and stuff out of that.
It just says monsters,
Okay.
but I wouldn't be surprised if in the future one of those monster types becomes like that kind of thing as a subclass. Because I don't expect this idea to die. I don't think they put this much work into this with all this different art from all
Yeah.
this mythology and just say, well, we're done with it when you have a brand new place on the ethereal plane.
Right. And like I said, and they haven't and haven't really dipped into like some of the earlier material that kind of brought forth like like I said, Asian. Man, that had a great cover.
Yeah.
The second edition Carter source book. But I don't know, man. Looking forward to it. Hopefully expand out that, and I kind of hope it goes to different subclasses because I'm thinking about bards right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Bards from those different areas in that citadel, that connect through or why they're there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's a deluge of information.
I agree. I have one more announcement too before we've then hit on all of them,
Okay.
which is Legends of the Multiverse, which will be debuting on the 27th. It's an official D&D, as in they themselves are running it, live play series. It's 1 hour pre-recorded sessions that'll be going up that they are filming, and they've got a lot of big names involved in this.
Yes.
Not just from actors, but also from the community, which I think is really cool.
Yes, because let's see, Deborah Ann Wall,
Mm-hmm.
who love her,
Yeah.
love her.
I've got the
On
full
that.
cast here.
Okay, go ahead, because because there's YouTubers. This is a very wild group.
It is. We've got Deborah Ann Wall, and the core cast is Deborah Ann Wall, B. Dave Walters, Gina Darling, Reagan Kendrick, I'm sorry, and Todd Kenrick. Names are very similar, but aren't the same.
Same, right?
And that's the core cast, but then there's also going to be rotating guests that'll be coming in. And Brennan Lee Mulligan is one, who is a well-known DM. Abria Iyengar is one. She's going to be playing a Plasmoid, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Ginny D is one.
Yeah. Love her
Which
as
is
well.
awesome. Then we have Anna Prosser is also going to be playing a Plasmoid. DJ Knight is going to be playing an Astro Elf, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
M. Montgomery is playing Cricket, the Auto Gnome.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Travis McElroy is going to be playing a character in it. And then Sungwon Cho, Pro ZD, is going to be playing a character in it, which is really cool because a lot of people don't know this because he just does skit content and then now does a lot of like tier list videos and stuff. He used to do a big board game show where he brought a lot of people into D&D by talking about a couple of his characters and how much he loves D&D.
It's kind of, isn't it strange that D&D is in a position where it's hiring, it can put this out. It's like, hey, we can showcase our new creations.
Yep.
And have, well-known figures do it.
Yeah. And just to call this out real quick, Jim Zub is coming back as Minx with Boo.
And also to call this out, if if you want somebody not so well known, I will be glad to play.
I'm right there with you.
I'm gonna put that out there.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh,
They'll bring
bless
us
your
on
side.
for. Thank you. They'll bring us on for Dragonlance.
Mm,
That's-
that's what it is.
We'll get the
That's
email
what
any
it is.
day. Get the email any
Any
day.
day. Yes. Yes.
Look, I've read the Dawn of Souls trilogy for Dragonlance too. I'm one of those people that read Dragonlance. I also read the future stuff that people think is not good.
Well, it kind of makes me wonder, like where they're gonna start the setting.
Oh, if the main adventure is not, hey, Karaman's group is going and doing their thing, and you're in
Yeah.
that world with them, then it's either needs to be that or it needs to be the Dawn of Souls stuff where it's, hey, 100 years ago.
Well, I'm trying to think of the old box set, and I think you had. God, honestly, I think it had two different setting: pre-cataclysm
Yeah.
and then after the cataclysm. Or it might have been two different sets. It might have came after the cataclysm might have been the original one put out, and then you get to play pre-cataclysm later.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Dadgummit.
There's a lot still to unfold for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I apologize. When's the next book out?
The
That
next book will
Citadel.
be Journeys to the Radiant Citadel, which is June 21st.
Okay. So that June.
Or no,
Man,
I'm
so it's gonna
sorry.
be-
That's the next adventure book. The next actual book is our Monsters of the Multiverse,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
May 17th.
Okay. Yes, that's coming up. So man, May, June, August is going to be big, and then I guess around November. Golly. Yeah, it's been quiet for a while. All of a sudden, we're getting a lot of stuff.
Yep. I do like that they decided to do it this way, though, to go, hey, we're going to do a Nintendo Direct, because as we've talked about, everybody should be at this point. This is the way to present your information.
Yeah. Nice, concise. Get your point across. And yeah, yeah. I agree, man. They it got pumped up. They showed off some really nice artwork. I would have liked a little more look inside the books, but
I agree.
is what it is. I'm trying to think of it. Anything else they might throw in there? I mean, I know we're going to have new feats for Dragonlance, and
We
I'm
are,
sure for
for sure.
Spelljammer, you're going to have some space fighting feats. And in Dragonlance, you're going to have some dragon riding feats.
Yep. Hopefully we get some gravity feats, too. That's one thing that I think we're really missing is
Yeah,
stuff like sure-footed was a thing in 3.5 where you had gotten used to going in between different sets of gravity and you knew just how to set your feet when you were stepping onto
yes.
hard ground with a solid gravity. I miss that. You can't be tripped. You
So there has to be.
you can't be knocked prone unless you take damage.
I'm
It
trying
was
to
a
make
good feat.
Yeah, I'm trying to make some predictions here. I'm trying to think. We're going to have a new fighter or paladin subclass
Mm-hmm.
for Dragonlance. They're gonna have to expand the gun. The gunslinger's not gonna work for Spelljammer. There's got to be more to that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be either its own class like they did with Artificer, or it's going to get its own like subclass for
Okay.
either Ranger or Fighter. I'm not
They're
sure
not
which
gonna
one.
give it to the ranger.
Oh, not Ranger. I'm sorry, Rogue or Fighter. I'm sorry. You're right. It won't be Ranger. It'll be Rogue or
It
Fighter.
would. It would be interesting to have maybe have a ranger, a rogue, and a fighter. Three different styles of using it. Maybe your
Yeah,
ranger's got the rifle, your rogue with a couple of pistols.
it would be really cool.
Maybe the fighter, with the blunderbuss type thing. I
Well,
don't
and we
know.
know the GIF will have rules for firearms because how can they not? That's their thing.
Yeah,
Oh, I think we're getting a new
GIF,
wizard too.
a gif, a thrycreen. Yeah, new wizard probably. Gif, a thrycreen, a plasmoid, and an astral elf. Does that sound like a good crew?
I think so. I think so.
I do too. I'm really interested in the plasmoid.
Yeah.
There's like stuff I'm just impatient for, right?
Well, and because we know
Like,
they're changing from Unearthed Arcana too, so we can't just go off of that and know that's what it's
right,
going to be.
exactly. I also wonder about some of the background stuff with the acquisitions and Hasbro's business stuff that they're going to sell off. If that's why announcements were held off, and then all of a sudden we get so many at one time.
Right.
That's why it's kind of been quiet. They've been releasing the books, but
That's pretty much been it, though. They haven't been giving us any news about stuff around that. Just saying, yeah,
no.
we have big stuff coming. I think you're right. I
And
think it was waiting for that to finally go through, and then
did you know? It did say some stuff about signing up at the official D&D site, though.
yeah. So my guess, they didn't confirm this, but my guess is that we're going to be getting the accounts merged because they state that you can sign up either on the Wizards site or on D&D Beyond to be able to get the what's it called, the Monstrous Compendium. You can get that for free by having an account on either. So my assumption is at some point those two accounts will be combined.
Makes sense. It does.
Yeah, it's
Interesting,
good
man.
stuff.
Good year. I'm looking forward to the session zeros that are going to come out with that we're going to have with all this new information to look at, and you have to see where it goes. Now, what are we left with though? Right? Because we got 2024. Right?
Yeah.
Is the 5.5 whatever?
That's going to incorporate all this stuff for sure, because there's no way they're making this stuff without planning it for that.
Well, I'm trying to think. We got Dark Sun left. We haven't got Dark Sun yet.
Right. We haven't gotten what's it called? The Marches, the Greyhawk. Greyhawk, thank you.
Yeah, we haven't got Greyhawk. We haven't got Mystra, and we haven't got what's the one with the there's I don't know if there was a 3rd edition one for that. The one that's about realm building, about building your castle. Shoot. Brain not work.
It's not ringing any bells for me.
There was one that was in a kind of a dark box. Anyway, it had special rules in there for like if you wanted to keep.
Yeah.
And running the keep and acquiring land through conquering and running the army and stuff like that. I think it was trying to I don't remember what that was called. I'll look it up. I'll try to remember for next week.
It'd be cool too if with this new change, with it being official now, D&D Beyond, and them trying to branch out into other stuff, if we could maybe get some of the old stuff that like got by the wayside when Wizards changed hands, basically. You know what I mean? When that first big change happened, because there was official Legends of the Five Rings stuff back then.
Yes,
that'd be really cool to have back.
That's the earlier licensing I was kind of wondering about that we were talking about. Yeah, that would be great to have back. There is the game
right
out there, but yeah, that would be cool to have back. And some of the other ones, crossovers that they could do, and I'm sure some of them are just gonna be outright silly, but they'll be fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, had it been 7 or 8 years ago, I would have said we would have got an official Game of Thrones crossover, but
yeah,
about that.
Right. Nobody wants to touch that anymore. Oh, man.
Look, if you want to give us an official Berserk crossover, though, Wizards, if you're listening, which I know you are, that's how you get the next crew in. That's how you get the anime group in. You make a Berserk setting, and they're in. So, Baelitz. Can you imagine Baelitz in D&D? Yeah, you just sacrifice everything you love and care about, your entire party. I'll give you untold power. I'll make you level 20. And everybody's going to say yes.
Yeah.
It's over.
Now I'm thinking, sorry, I'm thinking a little business minded, like what other acquisitions will they make so that they can, because obviously they got the crossover with, because Hasbro's got a lot of stuff, a lot of IP.
Transformers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got Transformers, you got My Little Pony, just a ridiculous amount of crossover stuff that they can do with it. But they've dipped their toes in, right? Because you can play. There's a Rick and Morty adventure.
Yep.
I think it's going to get bigger on that.
I agree. I just hope it doesn't go the Rick and Morty way, where it's just like, yeah, we're just gonna do fun one-off deals that don't actually have any like big things that people can bring into other campaigns. Here's the Family Guy adventure. Here's the
Yeah, or I hope it doesn't just stop at just adventure at the very least.
Right, I agree.
Like,
I'd rather have the settings.
Give me a setting.
Give
Yeah,
me a
that's what I'm
Bionicle setting. I'm just saying, there's a lot of lore there.
Are y'all in talks with Lego? Are y'all in talk? Just let us know. Are y'all in talks with Lego?
I will write that book for you. Matanui calls for aid. The
There you have
Toa
it.
have faded into memory, and the Matoran need aid. They need help. Your playable races are Matoran, Rakshi, Borak, and Toa. Let's go. Look, I'm not in my right mind right now. We should stop me. I'll just keep going.
Look, I was thinking start calling out of the campaign worlds. We can.
Let's go.
We can do. Come on, man.
Ugh.
We'll do Battle Mech, do
Yeah.
Gundam. Give me some 40K.
Oh yeah. You got me. I'm in. I'm here. Burritos.
Which we've talked about on here. You can do that with 5e rolls.
You can.
You can play in all those worlds if you want to.
Yep.
Might take
Star
a little
Wars?
bit of work.
Got it.
Burritos.
If your person's playing a Jedi, they have telekinesis. They're good to go.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be a big thing for Spelljammer too, right? We're gotta have a section on psionics.
Yeah, there's a whole thing coming, I'm sure. If we don't get shard mines as monsters, because they're not confirmed playable unless they're gonna be in Monsters of the Multiverse, which I don't think they are. Then they have to be monsters in Spelljammer. There's no way they're not.
I don't know, man.
You're
I don't
missing
know.
out. Don't put shard mine in. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm thinking about it. We got psionics. Well, no, we don't.
Right.
We got psionic damage.
Yeah.
Psychic,
we have psychic damage, and we have
damage.
some psionic abilities depending on specific feats.
Yeah.
And I guess the Soul Blade, right? The Soul Blade Rogue has psionic damage.
Okay.
Just give me more of that, please.
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, I wonder if we'll get a psionic class. That would be really cool.
That'd be really nice. We used to have one. It's where the phrase Psyker comes from, you know?
Yeah. I think the original one was in Dark Sun.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it came from. But yeah, it became a very big deal. It had their own handbook, Sonic's handbook in second edition. So that would be nice to have.
Yeah.
Be a little bit different. The way that works.
I agree.
All right, man. I don't know if I got anything else on this.
That's all big announcements. We got a lot of questions that we're left with. But I'm stoked for the stuff that's coming for sure.
I am too. And like I said, it's not like it wasn't a surprise. It's just like finally, yes, we know. Thank you.
Yeah.
And yes, there will be giant space hamsters. By the way,
yes,
that's confirmed.
And if anybody's like, well, I just want one of those 3 books, I don't want them all, I guarantee you after they release, it'll probably split them up, you know?
Yeah. It would make it a lot easier to play a mained.
For sure.
With sonic abilities, for sure.
You can have Boo. You can have Boo.
And we get really all I want psionics is now there finally be somebody. If you get psionics in there, there's finally somebody to aggravate the bard.
That's right.
So.
Oh, that's going to be the new psionic class. It's going to be a bard subclass.
You're right. Exactly. Give it to him.
All right. Well, we'll be back Tuesday to talk about the remaining news that was announced here, game-wise, movie-wise. And we'll be back, of course, next Thursday with some more cool stuff. And, anything else? I don't think there is, but...
No. I want to thank all the folks listening. Appreciate y'all. We enjoy your feedback.
Absolutely.
Keeping up and getting excited about D&D with us.
And we appreciate all the people watching on YouTube and Twitch, whichever way.
Absolutely.
Watch it live or watch it later.
Right on.
But until next time, then, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
We've been the Full Spectrum D&D podcast. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that D&D has to offer.